For the second video, it's new support for Gomamon and Palmon. While Agumon and Patamon got some insane buffs, can Bandai keep the train rolling? The answer is most definitely. As always, if you enjoy this type of content, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more future content. I cover structured videos on newest releases, breaking them into more manageable chunks, and also frequently do deck profile videos. But if you're into other Digimon related things, what ifs, and Digimon Seeker reads, also occasionally hit the channel. Bukamon returns as a level 2 in the blue category. This Digimon has the insane effect of your turn. While your opponent has no Digimon with equal or more Digivolution cards than this Digimon gains jamming. Holy crap, Bandai. Inheritable jamming on a level 2? That's insane. Considering this goes in a deck with source stripping, oh yeah, let's freaking go. In terms of power, this may be the best deck to open up in a sealed setting, because if you're going first, that's already one free security chip the next turn. Gomamon, on the other hand, returns with a start of main phase that lets you choose one Digivolution card under one of your opponent's Digimon, and trash it. This Digimon can't be blocked for the turn. Yo, I get to choose and remove specific Digivolution sources now? And because of this, I might have enough sources ahead of you that I could attack and not be blocked. Additionally, jamming. Goated. Definitely worth in Seal too, considering you can mess with your opponent's inheritables. Additionally, Gomamon has an inheritable that on your opponent's turn, when this Digimon would be deleted, you may play Gomamon for under this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying cost. So even if your Digimon is deleted in battle by your opponent on their turn, you'll get to start the whole process over again, albeit without the jamming this time. Now if you were liking where Gomamon was going, Ikakumon just keeps elevating it. This Digimon, when Digivolving, lets you choose 2 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon and trash them. Remember how Greymon and Garurumon decks have protection? Yeah, strip them. Even better when attacking, once per turn one of your opponent's Digimon with a number of Digivolution cards less than or equal to this Digimon can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So you jam, you strip one with Gomamon and strip 2 with the Digivolving into this guy? Yeah, unless they have something to raise to promote out, that Digimon can't attack and is going to be fodder for Sora and Joe. Its inheritable is identical to its when attacking effect. Now while these cards are strong for Gomamon's theme, in Sealed, it can also be devastating. Zudomon Ace is another Blast Digivolve card that on play or when Digivolving lets you trash 2 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon. After checking with a judge, this effect does not limit to just one target, but could be any number of targets. You could strip 1 off 2 different Digimon, or 2 off of 1. Afterwards, you get to return one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the hand. Say your opponent had Big Bad Raid War Greymon out with Blocker. Hilariously, if they Digivolve the conventional line with Koromon, Agumon, Greymon, Greymon X, and Metal Greymon, a promote out of Raise with Gomamon would strip 1, Ikakumon 2, and this Digimon would strip the rest, leaving War Greymon bare to be bounced back to hand. But alas, yes, you will have an overflow 3 to pay if Zudomon is removed from the playing field. A counter source strip of him would be disastrous. Unfortunately, Vikemon does not make an appearance. Instead, we get Plesiomon. When Digivolving, trash 3 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon. Again, you get to choose up to 3 Digimon to snag 1 source, or any combination that adds up to 3. Additionally, when attacking, once per turn, if your opponent does not have a Digimon with equal or more Digivolution cards than this Digimon, good luck, unsuspend this Digimon. Jamming with Bukamon and then potentially 1 or 2 attacks with this Digimon? Insane. Moving to Tamer Joe Kido, this in some ways is a retrain of BT2. While that Tamer did not strip sources, it did gain memory. On play, this Tamer trashes 1 Digivolution card from under one of your opponent's Digimon. Your turn. When a card is trashed from under one of your opponent's Digimon, by suspending this Tamer, gain 1 memory. This is the similar aspect of BT2. For the options, Wave of Reliability for its main effect trashes 2 Digivolution cards from under your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have a tamer with Joe Kido in its name, choose one of your Digimon. If your opponent does not have a Digimon with equal or more Digivolution cards than that Digimon, unsuspend that Digimon. Basically, it's plesiomon in option card form. While this option card could be useful in sealed, it's best if you manage to pull Joe. As for its security effect, you activate the main effect, then add this card to your hand. Double the use or even potential protection for your Digimon from being attacked. The last Blue Digidestined's option card is Marching Fishes. This Gomamon attack lets you choose one of your Digimon. Then 3 of your opponent's Digimon with equal or fewer Digivolution cards than the chosen Digimon can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's turn. In security, it prevents one of your opponent's Digimon from attacking. And then of course, again, you get to add this card to your hand. Joe gets a lot of amazing support, but if there's one thing he's still missing, it's a memory fixer. Marine Angemon is going to be a Digimon I put in this category, mainly because this Digimon digivolves from Lilymon. However, it's not a Joe or Mimi Digimon regardless. But nonetheless, I'll put it here like I did with Goldramon, with Tai Kamiya and TK Takashi's review. Marine Angemon is a Digimon with an on-play and when digivolving effect, that by returning one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon or one of your Digimon to its owner's hand, return one of your opponent's Digimon with level less than or equal to the returned Digimon to the hand. Moving to Mimi Tachikawa and Palmon, Tanemon returns as another baby Digimon. This time your turn. Once per turn, when one of your effects suspends a tamer, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. In all honesty, I'm really wishing Tanemon's effects went through your opponent's turn, since rosemons in general have average stats and green isn't one to jam. But in sealed, an egg is an egg. Out of the Tanemons, BT10 is arguably my favorite. Palmon's back with the start of your main phase. One of your opponent's Digimon gains all turns. When this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory until the end of your opponent's turn. In essence, a lot of green Digimon effects that could suspend your opponent's Digimon could refund you the memory with this effect, if you promote up Palmon that turn. Its inheritable does let you on your turn once per turn when this Digimon would digivolve, if you have a green tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Meaning in theory your level 5s become 2, or even 1 cost if you have a green tamer out. Togemon on your turn. Once per turn when you would play a green tamer from your hand, by suspending this Digimon, you can reduce the cost by 3. Effectively, you can now make the new Mimi free, or even the memory fixer from BT1 cost only 1. And like Palmon, the same inheritable. I get that the motif of green is always reducing Digivolution cost, but I honestly want something new. Because these cards also require specifically a green tamer, unless you pull one, its effectiveness in sealed is questionable. Lilymon Ace though can blast Digivolve or on play for 4. On play and when digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then you may return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with 5000 DP or less to the bottom of its owner's deck. Respectively, I like that you can suspend, but there are a few drawbacks. Number 1, in order to blast Digivolve, your opponent must attack. Meaning if you wanted to suspend their attacking Digimon, you can't. Number 2, the DP threshold for this Digimon is extremely weak. Comparatively with Zudomon, who can return any level Digimon with no sources, this can at most send back a Digimon that's level 4 or lower. Personally, I'm not a fan of this ace, but you get what you get. And finally, Rosemon with a when digivolving when attacking effect, that suspends one of your opponent's Digimon or tamers. Your turn, once per turn when a Digimon or tamer becomes suspended by an effect. Unsuspend this Digimon. I like the top end Rosemons that Bandai has been bringing with each set, but unfortunately I feel that between Palmon and Rosemons, the rest of the cards feel mediocre to a certain degree. Luckily a lot of the top end Digimon for this set are great boss monsters to utilize in a sealed setting. But when it comes to Mimi Tachikawa, this 3-cost green tamer reveals the top 3 cards of your deck, and adds 1 Digimon with plant, fairy, or vegetation in its traits, and bottom decks the rest. On your turn, when a Digimon becomes suspended by an effect, whether it's yours or your opponent's Digimon, suspend her to gain 1 memory. Overall she's not bad, But personally, if you're running Rosemon, Yoshino from BT14 and BT1 Mimi Tachikawa are more favorable for their other effects, and also being memory fixers. And finally, for the last two option cards, it's Poison Ivy and Flowering Sincerity. For 1 memory, Poison Ivy makes it so that one of your opponent's Digimon gains the effect of, when this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory, until the end of your opponent's next turn. In Security, you again get twice the usage, once in Security when it's checked, and then another time because you add it to your hand. It's an alright Security. Again, my beef with green at this point is that while it does have amazing capabilities to Digivolve for cheap, it is lacking in the removal department. Suspending and preventing something from unsuspending can only go so far. And lastly, Flowering Sincerity. This 3-cost green option card suspends one of your opponent's Digimon. But if you have Mimi Tachikawa, you get the added bonus of preventing that card from unsuspending until the end of your opponent's turn. Security-wise, it does the exact same thing as Poison Ivy. Activate once, then add it to your hand for another future use. In terms of power, I think Gomamon and Zudomon walked away with the most bang for your buck in terms of archetype upgrade. But with Mimi Tachikawa and Palmon, I only really like the Palmon and Rosemon. But who knows? Maybe in playtesting I'll change my mind. But for now, these are my first impressions. Which of these cards from this set review did you like the most? And which ones, not so much? Let me know in the comments below, as I continue breaking down the set to find some treasures BT14 has to offer. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.